Hey all, welcome back to my channel. Alright, I know the setup we have is a little funny, but it's what I have to work with, so this is what we're going with. I didn't think I would be filming one of these as soon as I did, but I mean, it has been a while, but I'm filming a book haul. Yay. Sequoia and I went to Barnes & Noble's. Currently, I believe it's till September 9th. They're having 50% off select hardcovers. It's called the book haul thing. They do it every year, I believe. I could be wrong, but that's why I went. And if you don't know, if you're new, I prefer hardcovers. I just like them better, always have. So to say they're 50% off, phenomenal. Now, I did have certain options to choose from because it was only select books. So some of these books were already on my list to get, and then some of them I got because they were available and they sounded interesting. Yeah, and it's a time that I'm excited to just have books, and I got 6, and then I do have the receipt so I can tell y'all the sale price. And the plan is to make these last for like till December. I don't know how well that's gonna work, but that's the plan because I am back in school, grad school, and then I also work, so there's a lot going on in the schedule, so I don't know how frequent I will be able to read. That's why I bought these books now and hoping they last me until December, but again, I don't know how well that's gonna work. But finally, let's get into the video. First up, we have The Ivory Key by Akshaya Raman. Sorry if I said that wrong, but this book has been on my list, so I'm excited to finally have it, and I do believe it could possibly be the start of a series. 4 siblings, a country in ruins, one quest to save them all. Vera is desperate to get out of her mother's shadow and establish her legacy as a revered queen of Akshaya. But within the country, only Quarry is running out of magic, a precious resource that has kept Akshaya safe from conflict. She can barely protect her citizens from the looming threat of war, and if her enemies discover this, they'll stop at nothing to seize the last of the magic. Vera's only hope is to find a mysterious object of legend, the Ivory Key, which is rumored to unlock a new source of magic. But in order to infiltrate enemy territory and retrieve it, she must reunite her siblings, who have been torn apart by different paths of their lives have taken. Each of them has something to gain from finding the Ivory Key, and even more to lose if they fail. Roanoke plans to sell it to the highest bidder to escape from his impending political marriage. Caleb, falsely accused of assassinating the former Maharini, needs it to clear his name. And Raya, a runaway who cut all family ties, seeks the key to prove her loyalty to the rebels, who want to strip the nobility of its power. They must work together to survive this treacherous journey, but with each sibling harboring secrets and their own agendas, and everything that brought them together could tear them apart as family and the world for good. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so I thought the chapters are told by each sibling's point of view, so it's gonna forever be changing, which isn't bad. I do like this. I've read a couple books that take on that style. This book has 375 pages, which I don't think it could possibly be one of my thinner books in this whole, but I don't know, I don't really have exciting thoughts. It kind of reminds me a bit of 6 of Crows, and they have a mission. They're forced to kind of work together, and they all have their own kind of secrets, how they want to use the key if they get it. So you know what, I do think this is going to be the start of a series, because 375 pages, and what everyone is set out to do, it's not gonna all be revealed in this one book. So I do think it will be a series. Yeah, although it's been on my list for a while. I saw it in the store and I was like, this is my time to get it. So I am excited to read it, and I love a good series, so I'm here for it. Hopefully it's one of those that catches you right when you start reading, and I'll be sold. I'll be set. But I'm excited, and I love this cover. It's so pretty. Also, it's in there too. Just a little design I thought was cute. So I'll say the price, but I'll also put the price on the screen. The original price for this was $18.99, and I got it for $9.49. So my first book. The second book, it's my first time hearing about it, In Every Generation. And this is by Kendra Blake, who, when I looked up this book, I found out she is the author of, I believe it's the 3 Crowns series. It's been on my list, but that's who she is, so that's exciting. It's based on like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and like her family generation, basically. So Frankie the Vampire Slayer. Frankie Rosenberg wasn't yet alive when her mom Willow and her aunt Buffy and the original Scooby Gang destroyed the Hellmount and saved the world from the first evil. These days, her life in New Sunnydale is blissfully quiet. Frankie is just trying to survive her sophomore year at the rebuilt high school and use her building magic powers to make the world a better place. But the world is suddenly plunging into danger when the Slayer community is the target of a deadly attack, leaving the future of the line uncertain. Then Frankie discovers she's sort of freakishly strong. Oh, and there's something Willow never told her about her true identity. Cue the opening credits. Quicker than she can carve at stake, Frankie discovers there's nothing more to saving the world than the witty one-liners and stupid hot demons. No, everyone looks to her for answers, but speaking up has never been her strong suit. And it's hard to be taken seriously when your mom is such a powerful witch. She almost ended the world once, while your greatest magic trick is recycling. Despite the many challenges standing in her way, Frankie must assemble her own bumbling Scooby-Doo gang, get dressed up in Buffy's vintage 90s clothes, and become a new Slayer for a new generation before whatever can come to the rest of the Slayers comes for her next. I kind of saw this in Barnes & Nobles and thought it looked interesting. As I said, never heard of it before. And my mom watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer because she's told me about it. I've briefly seen it, but I get the logistics. I know who she is. That's the most important thing. I know who Buffy is. So I am excited to dive into this one because I've didn't see this coming, didn't even know this was coming out, and I'm hoping this is going to be the start to a series as well. It only has 392 pages, but at the same time it doesn't look like it's that thick. It could be a very quick read, so I'm excited. Oh, and I forgot to say what the back says. And into every generation a Slayer is born. The next generation starts now. That's kind of all I have. I'm just excited to read it, see what it's about, because I didn't know it was happening. But I'm hoping, fingers crossed, it's gonna be really good. Also, the book series I was talking about is 3 Dark Crowns. It's in the back. So we'll see what this one's about and if I like it. And the price for this one, the original price is $18.99. And I got it for $9.49. There we go. Moving on. This is The Last She by H.J. Nelson. I've seen this book around. like many times when I was in Barnes & Nobles. I know this is a series. I believe it's supposed to be a trilogy. I always thought it was cool because I know what it's about. So I was like, you know what, let's read into it. It's kind of like dystopian futuristic vibes. Ara, I made a mistake. We all did. Go back to the beginning. It's not too late. As the only female to survive a devastating virus, Ara hasn't seen another human in months. Not since her father disappeared. The plague has swept away humanity, and Ara's world is desolate, haunted by the ghosts of her former life, her mother, her sister. Clayton and his crew live by a code: stay alert, stay alive. When they catch Ara stealing from them, they are furious and confused. She is the first girl they have seen in 3 years, and while Clayton knows taking her captive is wrong, he tells himself he's doing it to protect her. But as he becomes mesmerized by Ara's will and her beauty, she remains determined to follow through on her father's mission. Go back to the beginning in the plague, even if that means abandoning those she has come to care about, including Clayton. As their worlds fall apart, Ara and Clayton will have to decide what matters most to them, being together or simply surviving. I don't know how strong their connection is, but it should be surviving. But obviously we have romance going on between Ara and Clayton, and I mean, I guess he would start falling for somebody. It has been 3 years, and it seems like she's the only female left alive that we know of at this point. But let's see how many pages. 333 pages, so this one definitely should be a very quick read. It's also by Wattpad books, which I've gotten maybe like 2 or 3 books from them before this one, and they're pretty good. Wattpad, I've mentioned before, is like a writing platform, and nowadays people are getting TV shows, movies, and actual books written off of the books they've put on Wattpad. So yeah. And on the back, I didn't read the back. Thief, captive, savior. She is the only girl who survived. Only she can save them all. The plague had come so suddenly, so violently, that it was impossible to know anything for certain. In the mountains, I asked my father so many times why I had survived that I could almost hear his answer until now. I don't know, Ara. Maybe someday we will. Okay, so maybe she's like the chosen one. She is the one that's supposed to save them all, like Katniss in the Hunger Games, and like Tris in Divergent. Maybe she's the one that is gonna conquer this all. Or maybe this is all just like a simulation. I've read a couple books where I was writing this prediction that it was a simulation just to see what would happen, or people were, you know, watching the entire time. So we'll see if that's true or not. I don't know, but that's what it's giving right now. That's what I can pick up from what I have, that it could possibly be a simulation, or she could be the only female left alive and she does save the world. But yeah, so the original price was $17.99 and I got it for $8.99. Here we have it, the last sheet. Next, Blackout, right? Now I'll pause because it's like a number of authors. Angie Thomas, Ashley Woodfolk, Nicola Yoon, Nick Stone, Tiffany D. Jackson, and Dhonielle Clayton. They wrote this together, which I have actually read a book by Nicola Yoon before. So it's supposed to be like interchanging like stories of when, I believe, I don't know where, but someone, it goes blackout and it's like all these love stories happen. This has been on my list for a while, but it's just, I've been wanting to read it, but then it's like some other books I do put ahead of it. But I finally got it, and this is also an exclusive edition, and it seems very short, so it might be a very quick read. A summer heat wave blankets New York City in darkness, but as the city is thrown into confusion, a different kind of electricity sparks. A first meeting, longtime friends, bitter exes, and maybe the beginning of something new. When the lights go out, people reveal hidden truths. Love blossoms, friendship transforms, and all the possibilities take flight. 6 beloved, best-selling, and award-winning authors. Oh, I already said their names, so hopefully I don't have to say them again, but y'all heard them. Bring the glowing warmth and electricity of Black teen love to an interconnected novel of charming, hilarious, and heartbreaking stories that shine a bright light through the darkness. So basically, what I said, different stories happening at the same time in the same place. This also isn't my first time reading a book that has been written by more than one author. I have before, and I've only read a book by one of these authors. I know Angie Thomas, she did The Hate You Give. I have not read that book yet, The Hate You Give and Concrete Rose, because they're both in the same series. But I have seen the movie. I plan to read the book, but I know how Nicola Yoon writes. Not so much about everyone else, so I'm not gonna know if, if authors are changing, but I am excited to read this for the simple fact it's been on my list forever, and it's an exclusive, Barnes & Noble exclusive, that I will say I have been collecting a couple of these Barnes & Noble's exclusive because they keep them for a while. But yeah, I'm excited. It's oh my god, it's very, I know I said it was small, so it has 243 pages, which is like nothing. So it'll be a very quick read. I'm looking forward to it. So the original price was $19.99, and I got it for $9.99. Okay, 2 more. All right, here we have An Arrow to the Moon, and this is by Emily XR Han. So I had no idea what this book was about, never even heard of it. Like, I've seen the cover, but that was about it. But again, I told y'all earlier, limited options. But this also gives me like time to branch out and see. But apparently it's like Romeo and Juliet crossed with Chinese mythology. So we're gonna see. And the only other Romeo and Juliet like retelling I've read was the These Violent Delights series. So it'll be interesting to read another one that's also mixed with Chinese mythology. All right. In Fairbridge, where we lay our scene, Hunter Yi has perfect aim with a bow and arrow, but all else in his life veers wrong. He's sick of being haunted by his family's past mistakes. The only thing keeping him from running away are his little brothers, a supernatural wind, and the bewitching girl at his new high school. Luna Chang dreads the future. Graduation looms ahead, and her parents' expectations are stifling. When she begins to break the rules, she finds her life upended by the strange new boy in her class, the arrival of unearthly fireflies, and an ominous crack spreading across the tongue of Fairbridge. As Hunter and Luna navigate their family's enmity and secrets, everything around them begins to fall. All they can depend on is their love, but time is running out and fate will have its way. An Arrow to the Moon, Emily XR Pan's brilliant and ethereal follow-up to The Ashen Colors of After is a story about family, love, and magic mystery to the moon that connects us all. Okay, I thought this was a standalone. Maybe. No, it says it's a follow-up. But like, okay, so didn't see that coming. Maybe it's just like the other book. She took characters from that book to give them their own book. Because I can't read this one if it's the sequel to another book. I thought this was a standalone. Okay, I don't think they connect. I hope they don't connect. It just says this is her second novel. Okay, I hope they don't connect. I don't think they do, but now I have to go search up to see if this is a standalone. I thought it was, and it possibly may not be. Okay, it's good to know, but I'm still excited to read the book. I just have to make sure it's the only one and I'm not missing anything else before I read this book. That's fantastic. Didn't see that coming. This book has 387 pages, so one of the thicker books. I'm surprised I haven't made it to the 400 in any of these books yet. Most of them have been pretty small. So the original price for this book is $18.99. I got it for $9.49. And now we are moving on to the last book. Okay. The Younger Wife, and this is by Sally Hepworth. I've seen this a couple times, mostly on Barnes & Nobles when I go, not so much on like TikTok or anything like that, but I have been interested in it because it came down on recommended for The Echo Wife, which I have yet to read, but I'm going to, and this was like one of the recommended books. So it's been a long time coming and it's finally here. The husband, a hard surgeon at the top of his field, Stephen Ashton, is getting married again. But first, he must divorce his current wife, even though she can no longer speak for herself. The daughters, Tilly and Rachel Ashton, look up to their father's fiancée, Heather, as nothing but an interloper. Heather is younger than both of them. Clearly, she's after the father's money. The former wife, with their mother in a precarious position, Tilly and Rachel are determined to get the truth about the family's secrets. The new wife closing in on the father and who their father really is. The younger wife, Heather, has secrets of her own. Will getting to the truth unleash the most dangerous impulses in all of them. So there's just a lot going on. I need to know what precarious position the ex-wife is in, because now he's saying she can't speak for herself. So what happened in that scenario? I'm so glad the daughters have common sense that they don't like the younger wife. They're on their mother's side, but then they also suspect the father has done something. He's very suspect. So I'm here for that. They do have common sense. The father could be like psycho for all we know, and could have done something to the wife, and maybe he was looking to divorce her but didn't want to seem like the bad guy, so he did something to her and then divorced her, but no one knows. That could be a family secret. But then Heather, the younger wife, who isn't even in the family yet, is having secrets. So what's her deal? Maybe she was plotting. But then how old are the daughters? Because Heather is younger than the daughters. There's a lot going on, and like they didn't give me much to go off of. So I'm kind of excited. It's giving mystery thriller. So yeah, this will be good. This book has 346 pages, so all of my books are under 400 pages, but this it's giving mystery thriller, and I'm excited to read this one and see what's really going on. And I've said this before, but I've been getting into mystery thriller suspense books a little bit more, so it's right up my alley. Now this book was originally $28.99, and I got it for $14.49, which this was the most expensive book I got, but I had been waiting to get it. So I mean, it all worked out in the end. And that was all of my books for this book haul that I told y'all I'm trying to make last until December. We're gonna see if that happens. I think it will with the schedule I have. So I will have my reading for this little time with these books, but also hopefully by the time I post this, the Barnes & Noble's book sale is still going on, so y'all can get books. As I mentioned, select books are 50% off till September 9th, I believe. So in stores and online. But I would say go in stores because they have different books in stores than online. They're not always the same. Sometimes they are. It just depends. But yeah, I'll show y'all the books one more time. The Younger Wife, An Arrow to the Moon, Blackout, The Last She, In Every Generation, and The Ivory Key. So until I see y'all in the next video, whatever that may be, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, please hit the subscribe button down below. Peace and blessings, my loves.